Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In, Volume 2, Part 4. So far this morning, no crackheads. Well, it's the afternoon here. And YouTube got on me by using my shank in the video. Told me that's the reason why you'll be demonetized. But that don't mean nothing. I can't show it, but I still got my motherfucking shank and ready to ride. Let's ride, y'all. In a couple videos, I use thumbnails of my old lady. I can't use her in a video. She's an auditor. She has an MBA degree. I can't allow her to lose her license, because anything can happen on the internet. She appearing on a prison channel where violence and all type of shit is discussed. So that's that's the deciding factor on why I won't allow her to appear on the video. Okay, for Oak Cliff news, Jacob Robinson, 19, and an unidentified 16-year-old both face a charge of murder in connection with the fatal shooting of 15-year-old Jonathan Castile. That happened over here in Oak Cliff. And concerning old Lord, the warden, Wildcat, old Lord was a captain at one time. Can you imagine this fucker over a whole workforce? Well, Wildcat worked under him as a regular guard when he first started. Maybe that's one of the reasons Cat wouldn't do nothing to him. But that's not a deciding factor, because years ago, back in the day, they didn't give a shit about no inmate. Nothing happened to the guards. And once at Ramsey unit, I had extra duty. And the major had laid in one hole. We wasn't going back to work. We worked that morning. He told us not to turn out that afternoon. And so, but I had to go to work. I wanted to get my own extra duty over with. So I went out to work. 4 hole was the first squad out. So the major put me in 4 hole, all white squad. Back then, they didn't give a shit about that. They'll take a Hispanic and move and put him in an all black squad, put a black and a Hispanic squad. They didn't give a shit about none of that. So he counted them out. I listening at the white guys. You can tell what field boss is carrying your squad. He gonna be sitting right there, and at the gate. When you go through the gate, Red Rider got his horse on this side. The field boss is all outside of the gate waiting on these squads to come out. And this white squad, they went over and sit on the ground. They refused to work with old Lord. They would not go. They sit down. I stood up. So Red Rider say, oh, Lee, you go ahead and move over to the side. I got all the way out of the way. Hell, this is my regular field boss. Hell, I'm used to him. They refused to work with old Lord. They know they was going to be in for a bad fucking day with him. They would not work. They wrote them all disciplinary, give them all 15 days cell restriction for refusing to work. So he traded old Lord out with another squad, and then the captain bad told him, say, that ain't going to work neither. So they just let old Lord ride around. He didn't have a squad. They didn't want him to take no one but one hoe. Okay, I'm gonna do a little thing here on Kenneth McDuff. Kenneth McDuff, I was with him at the retrieve unit, which is now the Wayne Scott unit. I slept a couple bunks over from him in a dormitory, 8 dorm, at the retrieve unit. Kenneth McDuff, after being denied parole 14 times, McDuff, 43, walked out of prison in 1989. And one thing on his mind: revenge and murder. Less than 9 months later, McDuff was back inside, charged with threatening a group of black teenagers in his hometown of Rosebud. But the teens refused to testify, and on December 6, 1990, McDuff was released, free to kill again. And he did. Just 2 days later, within 2 months, the bodies of 2 women were found and another 2 had disappeared. They had one thing in common. They were all last seen with McDuff. McDuff is buried in the Captain Joe Bird Cemetery, also known as Peckerwood Hill, in Huntsville, Texas. Prisoners buried there are those whose families chose not to claim their remains. His headstone contains only his date of execution and an X, meaning that he was executed by the state of Texas, and his death row number. His last meal was a hamburger fashioned to resemble his request of a steak. Damn. Also, Kenneth McDuff, he didn't walk to the death chamber voluntarily. Well, anytime a guy is getting ready to get executed, they have a team already assembled with riot helmets on and all the riot gear in case this guy refused to go in the death chamber. They had to drag McDuff in the death chamber. He did not walk voluntarily. It seems strange, though. You've been on death row before. You killing all these people. When it come time for you to face death, you go to screaming and hollering. Can't even die with a dignity. Some people do not die well. If you live with dignity, you should die with dignity. If you're a gunfighter, go out like a gunfighter. And in the comment section, some people were saying, how do inmates be raped? I'm going to say this again. Majority of inmates are not being raped. They are being tricked with game. It's the same technique you use on a woman. You do not rape a woman. You go talk to her. You try to buy them with material things. It works the same way on a male. You got to look at also Texas prisons do not provide inmates with anything except clean sheets, clean clothes, and 3 meals a day. That and a little dull ass fucking razor to shave with, and 1 roll of toilet paper a week. And every now and then, cleaning supplies to clean your cell. That's the extent of what they provide. So if you don't have money, or you don't got homeboys or somebody to look out for you, chances are you won't have deodorant. You won't have shower shoes. So prison is a society within a society. So you got a guy come in and he see a guy sizing him up. Naturally in his mind, if he's weak minded, he's going to say, damn, I must appeal to this guy. Man, you'll be surprised at guys who will approach you with the homosexual activity. Hey, I'll be with you, man, if you take care of me, just like a woman out here. They say the same fucking thing. So in there, it's the same way. And some people get raped, but it's not wide open. Majority of people, I know some hell of a booty bandits. They didn't rape nobody. Very few of them did. Now, they have raped a motherfucker, but majority of the time, they just talk to them. That's all they do. Now, they also put this in the back of your subconscious mind. If you don't like what I'm saying, I will beat the hell out of you also. So either way, you're going to lose. They kind of let that be known. And most of the booty bandits I have seen, they some hell of a fucking fighters. They have to be. Because they don't never know when this guy going to turn on them. With a weapon or with his bare hands. He might catch you sitting in the chow hall. Back turn. He come up behind you and commence to beating the hell out of you. You're going to have a fight game. You got to come out from under that shit and then get on his ass. In the meantime, all the guards are screaming and hollering and locking the doors and getting the gas out. You got to move quick. So most of these guys can fight pretty damn good. That's why they took out the boxing. Boxing was a hell of a way to turn a guy out. They used that technique on Ramsey. They used it on Esam. They would get a guy who can fight real good. The guy who they want to turn out, he would be standing there looking. They would go get a scrub dude, way smaller than this guy. And this guy would just fold up and let this guy beat him with them fucking 16-ounce gloves. So in your mind, you're saying, hell, I can whoop both of these motherfuckers. You don't know that this guy's a hell of a fucking boxer. He just waiting on you to put those gloves on. And when you do put them on, he open up a can of ass whooping on your ass. And they turn out a lot of guys like that. They would fight a 2-minute round, 3 rounds. And at the end of 2 minutes, some guy who got a watch, he would say time. When he say time, that guy hit you by 5 more motherfucking times. Boom, 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 boom. Oh man, I'm sorry. They had all type of techniques they would use. But just straight out raping a motherfucker? Nah, most people are just lying. They wasn't just rape. They was fucking scared. You know. In conclusion, the road to success is not straight. There's a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, red lights called enemies, caution lights called family. But if you have a spur called determination, an engine called perseverance, insurance called faith, a driver called your conscience, you will make it. If you can pass that point right now, that is success. Marinate on that for a little while. Like and subscribe. Keep your motherfucking shanks ready. Just cause I don't flash it don't mean shit. I still got it right here. I don't run YouTube, so I gotta comply. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching.